Is 4:49 a.m. Monday, June 5th, 2023. This video is about ETs and hybrids and how we're all going to integrate together. And the last few years that there's that people are having, that spirits having life in solid bodies, they'll be with us. I'm trying to make these videos as short as possible, but it's always been difficult for me, and it's no easier now. I'm going to have a link at the end of the video to link this to the other ET video and vice versa. ET and hybrid. Excuse me. I'd already mentioned there's an island, kind of like two of them stretched out, whatever, that they're in the Caribbean, and they've already been set aside. They belong to this new nation about to be formally introduced. This art gets closer every day to quitting. It just won't do it yet. Anyway, I've been working with ETs for a long time. As myself out of body, most of your ET races, not all of them, but most of them, the most advanced anyway, they, excuse me, they're very metaphysically aware. They're well aware of metaphysical abilities, not just the fact that they're real, but they use them. Do you know what it's like to talk to a reptilian person without a translator, a little device? It's got to be telepathic. But also, people, most all the ET races, the old ones, they found out a long time ago that to exist in a human body and not use your metaphysical abilities, that you're shortchanging yourself. You're not complete. That's one of the reasons I've been trying to let you know about this star Essonite. I'm the one that named it and brought it into the public's eye, and I did it for a reason, to help you. Anyway, what's going to happen is they're waiting for this body to die so I can come out. I've been talking with them in person since 2014, but almost everything, almost all of our conversation it's telepathic. Since I got real sick he doesn't do it anymore, but my friend Alan was turning my overhead light on in my bed. And I have an implant behind my right ear, where the inside the right ear behind it, where they'll use that to keep an eye on me, to check on me. But it's not to get a hold of me. If he needs to, he'll just come up and say something, but I still have to delete some spirit on the other side from time to time, but not much. Very, very little now. It's almost all gone. The problematic stuff. Anyway, now, so what's going to happen when the ETs land? First off, they don't need to land because they've been here forever. They were here before the Adamic race came. And as those of you that have been listening to me for a while or read my books, I was a big part of that. The Red Atom. They're already here. The Andromedians were here over 2 billion years ago, collecting flora, specimens and stuff, minerals. And then they get in a ship and take off. The actual Andromedian physical body doesn't do too good breathing this atmosphere. But anyway, so they're already here. They've been here forever. They're embedded in some of our large businesses. I don't mind saying it. He's very confused. He's waiting to be taken out of the limelight. In the meantime, he's doing everything he can to get in it and do what he can positive, but he's having problems. It's Elon Musk. He's a hybrid, and he knows it. He'll be on the Earth ship, yada, yada, yada. That's just one of many. And they used to come meet me sometimes. They'd pop into... I used to go to Barnes and Nobles, go in there and look at some of the books, but sit down and have some coffee. They'd pop in and out. They've done that at a Waffle House. When I go to Waffle House for coffee, I like my coffee. And, they pop in and they wouldn't so much say hi, but it's so obvious. And some of them... I had a friend that became a friend, Palladian gentleman. He worked at the imitation Starbucks, like the satellite Starbucks that was in a Barnes and Noble store. And I looked at him and I saw that, who he was and everything, and I let him know quick. And we got to be pretty good friends. Close acquaintances. I mean, he's a real good person. I like him. Anyway, I can't do much with this brain anymore at all. His whole body is shot. So anyway, when our ET family is going to show itself, and there will be ships involved. Heck, there's huge ships everywhere. They will not let themselves be seen until after this body that I'm stuck in. When it finishes dropping dead, and I come out, the next 4.5 months is going to be real bad. The next 4 months after that is still going to be bad. But within 8.5 months time after I'm free of this body and I'm tearing stuff up, and helping people, taking care of the people that have had too much happen to them and take them home, very calmly, and it's a very beautiful thing, and they'll be fine. They have to come home out of that body to heal. spiritually. So after that happens, they'll start showing themselves, and you'll see them through the spiritual foundation. There's a group of people I've been working with for a while, and they're about to be taken out of their areas, their homes and everything, and they have stuff that they're going to do. The ETs are not going to land in a ship in the governments and say, "Take us to your leader." I mean, isn't that a joke? I can't think about. Just relax a minute and think about how stupid that is. That's thinking with the format that's pushed all over you all your life since, when you're born, by governments and religions and institutions. No, it doesn't happen like that. It happens individually and as a group. You're going to start becoming more and more aware of them. You're going to see some of their technology, but there's going to be human names behind it, human companies. Just a couple of them. And then next thing you know, you find out. As soon as I'm out of here, within 24 hours, they'll be, or within 48 hours, I'm sure it's 24. That could change depending on Deanna and my buddy Alan. But the paperwork will be signed. And then the new nation there's a new nation that's being made in the water. It's got a land base in the Caribbean, but that's what a land capital is. But it's actually the oceans, cities and everything in the ocean, ETs. They were here before us, these human bodies, so they have more right than we do. Anyway, you're going to start meeting them. You're going to see in the videos and stuff going on. They're going to slowly get more aggressive coming out to talk with people, not Serpoians running around or Anunnaki running around. No, the hybrids talking with people, exposing themselves. By the time that happens, I'll already have taken the trash out on this planet. I'll take care of this planet first, and then I'm extending outwards. Creation is a pretty big place. But whatever. So does me as myself, Ara. Not the teeny piece of me that's in this, nasty physical body. Anyway, and then Lily's huge. She's large and in charge. As soon as I take her out of her slumber, her hidden protected slumber. Anyway, so we're going to start coming out into the entertainment industry, different businesses, everything from construction to everything, from one end to the other. It's going to be quick, but it is going to be gradual. Okay, it's gradual, but it does not take long. Okay, not at all. So after I've been gone about a year and a quarter, after I'm free of this body for about a year and a quarter, you're going to be seeing them everywhere, ships everywhere and stuff, and you won't worry about it. But I need to take care of the damage first, and then they're going to come in and help, like with food replicators and everything else. I call them food synthesizers, but I'm taking the animals. So the food that you eat is going to change, but it's about to become healthier, quicker, free. Next best thing to free, you just got to do something to help other people. You'll find out about that later. I'm not going to go into that. There's more information on this that's still valid except for the dates. And my creation series, book number 3. There's only 3 books, and it's like an encyclopedia of metaphysical stuff too. So anyway, they're going to come out everywhere. And there's a new internet coming. And it's going to be with responsible people. And there's no way to hack it or anything else. It'll be an ET internet. Construction, the way you live, everything's going to change. And people, 40% of the people on this planet are leaving because they're being tortured too much, they're too abused, they need to get out of that body and heal, and because they suck, because they're negative, aggressive, abusive, controlling assholes. Goldman Sachs is just one of over 100,000 companies that's just going to eat the dust, man. Wait till you see what happens to it. And it's going to be vicious. You're going to see firsthand who's been screwing with you. They're being brought out into the open. All your jails will be empty except for the people falsely imprisoned and everything, and they're going to walk out free as a bell, you know. And like I said, you know, destroying China, but I don't want to spend too much time on the destruction part of it. You have to, if you have a piece of land, and you only have that piece of land, and there's an old house on it that you can't fix, you got to tear it down. And then you just put new stuff up. That's what's going to happen. It's just that the people that are compassionate, they're staying in the bodies for another 5+ years, and then everyone's coming home. And then you have new bodies and new lives. Yeah, when you're ready, excuse me, and you've had time to relax and heal, you'll go to other universes that are already made, and you'll be having lives in spirit bodies, like the Fae, but even easier and nicer than the Fae bodies. They're spirit. It's spirit in an energy body. But they're going to come. They're just going to be. You're going to see them just starting to come out. It's like they're just all of a sudden they're showing up more and more in the street, TV. I mean, all over the place. There's a lot of businesses are going to be funneled through this group that I've started with Deanna and her family. And a lot of these people involved in this, we have a lot of boats. I mean, yachts, not boats. Boats too, but it's a nation of water. It's a water nation. There should be boats. And within about a little less than 2.5 years, there will literally be ships everywhere. Everything's going to change, you'll see. But your medical and everything else is all going to be taken care of. You'll be expected to do stuff to help other people as well as help yourself. But you know, if you're doing stuff that makes you happy, it's not much like work. They're here, they came here to help. I've been putting this together for a long time. I spent a lot of my nights when I was Gandhi, just when I finally got to sleep, coming out and I'd start talking with them. I've done it this life too. But they're not coming out. They will not come out. And they have law. They will not come out till after this body dies. And then you're going to find out the true history of the earth. All the different countries and everything. How things really happened. You'll have a new way of dating older stuff. You know, you'll have a good system, not the carbon dating. So anyway, it's done through people. It's not done through governments. Governments are being destroyed. Okay? So. And I have a long past life history with the White House, and I'm clearing that thing out, man. It's time to take out the trash. And you'll be seeing people being destroyed in ways that, do me a favor, don't ever call it biblical, because the Bible's full of shit. You'll see it for yourself. But it's just gonna happen quick. It's gonna be smooth. This has been planned for a few hundred years. And it's time. Everything's set in place. There's a couple different main plants that are used that grow very well, already growing in some countries here that no one knows about. They have everything, all the enzymes, proteins. They have everything we need to put inside the food synthesizers. Okay, and you can produce steaks, whatever you want, and everything else, but it's all plant-based food. And then you throw spices and stuff in there. It's nice. It's not exactly, a steak wouldn't taste exactly like a steak, but great, no animal suffered for it. And it's healthier for you. And it's basically free. So there'll be food stations all over the place where people can get free food. ETs, they're here to help. The old group, what they call the Federation of Planets and stuff like that, they were idiots, they were assholes. All the abductions, everything else, that was them, or people involved with that group. But that all stopped in 2016. Very rare for something to happen. Anyway, I've been, like I said in the other video, I've been talking with them personally, in person, and mostly telepathically, since, in a serious manner since 2014. But they have equipment where they can read your energy, and because they've had this equipment so long, so many hundreds of centuries, that they take your energy, they read it, they read your frequencies, and then they put that group of frequencies into their computer database, and they can tell you where you've had lives before. You want to see how accurate I am? Ask them. Everything's gonna be fine. There's nothing coming that's negative, except for when I start taking the trash out and taking the really hurt people home. And when I'm telling you, when they go home, it's going to be in the soft arms of love. I mean, I have that myself, but Lily, she's unreal. My better half, she's incredible. Animals, Deanna is from Lily and I, and she has 40% of her energy somehow came from me, even though as far as my male spirit, it's got 0.7%. So she's like all Lily, just really strong. Animals just come up to her. She'll sit outside and just come up. Hi, raccoon, deer, whatever. They just, what's happening? Hey, mama. Lily, her love, she shows up and just like opens herself up. Everyone will just calm down and relax and feel the compassion and the soft love. So as I'm tearing stuff up, she'll be here to kind of keep things calm for the most part. Some people will be screaming and everything. Don't worry about them. I'm taking them anyway. The vast majority. Okay, not everyone. Some people are so tragically abused that, they'll be freaking out, and there's nothing you can do about that but calm them down, and then in a euphoric way take them out of the body and take them home to relax and be themselves. The barrier between the first and second dimension I'm sorry, the barrier between the second and third dimension is going to be modified. I'm going to change it. It'll be easier for you to see and talk with other people. Plus, the field literally is part of me. And as soon as I become myself, it's going to be a whole lot stronger, but it's a whole lot smoother. And when you want to use your pineal to go see something, I'm going to help you. It's part of what the alpha male spirit does. So, things are going to be wonderful. And we're going to be living with these folks. They look like us, except the hybrids look like us. Most of them, you can't hardly tell the difference. And then the ETs themselves, well, they look different because every planet is different. If so, like in Andromeda, the Andromeda, it's a galaxy, but there's the major planets in there having life. The environment on that planet is different. It's not like it is here. That's why they come here. They have a hard time breathing, and then there's germs and stuff. But especially the Andromedians, with the breathing, they had a real hard time. Or they have a real hard time. That's why they created all these hybrids, so they could live here. Like, so many other groups. And that's also why they look different. Like I said in the other ET video, the Ebens, the Sepoian, the Zeta Reticuli, same group of people, depending on who gave them a name. The thick gray skin that they have, they come from a binary, area. They have two suns. There's so much sunlight. It's radioactive, okay? Stars are radioactive. There's so much. Humans can't live there long, even protecting themselves, So that's why they don't have, hair and stuff, and that's why they have really thick skin. It's more like a double thick leather. It's because that's what kind of bodies were originally produced to live in that environment. The bodies come from the planet. That's a simple fact. The Adamic race, when we made that, me and some of my family members, when we look at Lily and I and the family members, 5 different groups, 5 different colors. When we came here, as spirit, we took the energy and as ourselves, not in a body, we made the bodies from the planet. The red race, it was from Atlantis. There's volcano ash and stuff everywhere, and there's crystals. So the body was made from regular minerals from the earth, a ton of volcanic ash making our bodies red, and then lots of crystals. We were really strong and really big too. Anyway, all this mess that we have with the borders and all these other people, stuff, it's all going away. Don't believe me. Don't have any faith in what I'm saying. You shouldn't. But I'm telling you now, so when it happens, you understand. When I first started talking about being able to go into people's brains and awaken their abilities, making them stronger, increasing, all of what they are, they were, I heard it from a bunch of people, oh, bullshit, yada, 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 yada. Then after doing it about 3, 4, 5 years, no, they never said crap anymore. Except like this one guy, he said, okay, so he can do it. So he has the ability. I still don't like him, Whatever, I don't give a shit. I'm here to help. And in this regard, I'm a messenger. Not from anyone else, from myself. I'm telling you what I'm going to do. Tell you what I've already done. It's in the books. So, and the animals are going first because their lives are the most abusive. But back to the original part of the video, The animals being taken away, you have food. The ETs are here to take care of all this stuff. And like I mentioned in the other video, my buddy Alan, his ship is literally a little over 4 times the mass of Spain. The manufacturing ship over the Atlantic Ocean is 8 times that. 8. People say, how could there be something that big? How do they drive over here from other galaxies without tires? You know, I mean, I'm not looking at you like you're stupid, because you're not. But when I act like that, I'm literally putting a joke out about all the people that deny such a possibility, you know? So, if I hear another person, it's not going to piss me off because I'm so used to it and sick of it. Another person says, God wouldn't allow that. Yeah. Well, he allows COVID and all this other crap, you know. He allowed the devil, and yet he's the most powerful thing, and he made everything, so what's going on here? You know, I'll tell you what's going on. Religions are full of shit. Your supposed God and your supposed devil was the same person. The male and female halves of the original first person, first being. And I've described how the first being was created in book 1 really well. Alright, that's enough for this video. I'm getting ready to fall on my face again. Folks, it'll be interesting. It'll be exciting. In many ways, it'll be fun. It'll be a big relief. You'll have feelings of freedom that you've never had anywhere in any life. And there's going to be a lot of vacancy for homes, cars, and everything else, because 40% of the population is going to go quick. But they're the people that are really hurting, and they're all the assholes. So there's nothing to miss, except for some of the people you love that have been going through hell, and you love them. They need to start healing. So, folks, love you. Take care, and you'll watch it happen. You're living at the time when creation is being purged and rebuilt for what's best for you, without abuse. The format's going from abuse. Creation's format is going from abuse to compassion. You'll see. Love you, folks. I've been saying it since 2009 when I woke up hard. See you soon, folks. Love you.